imagine it'd be Caprice and Malady is who's going to be up in that top lane.
Most definitely. And as we load in here, remember, folks, game 1 out of 3, so make sure you're tweeting it out, throw it out on Facebook, get us all the viewers in the world, because this is going to be an absolute bloodbath here as we load in with Illuminati versus Vexx Gaming. Vexx Gaming on your red team for Team Valor, Team Glory. Your green team going to definitely 110% be Illuminati, a.k.a. the Spanish Inquisition 2.0. They come when you least expect it. Now, they're already coming out on the field. Looks like we have Ruin, Cakes, and Prego going out to the bottom. Cakes with the Vermilion. Ruin on Caprice. Prego on Ace. Meanwhile, Jay-Zoo up here on the top with Hale. Mob with Malady going up against the Tri-Lane coming out on the early top part. We have Naliz, Zyku, and Heck. Heck, of course, on Hale. Zyku on Malady, and Naliz on Hale, or Ace. Nawa, of course, with Bastion, and Vermilion with Wubbity Wub Wubs. Now, take a look at this great positioning over here by Zyku, Heck, and Naliz. Unfortunately, though, they will be spotted out by Mob, as he does have this obelisk, and he will see that 4-man roaming gang squad coming straight at him. But then they know that if they can find Bastion, he will be by himself. And take a look as Ruin and Cakes go in there. They spot him out, looking for a cheesy ending, maybe, and no, not able to grab him.
Now, it looks like he did start with this cheesy ending there, so he was, they are fighting for ward control is what they're doing at this point, as you can see.
Most definitely, but if Prego can get in position for an avalanche, it will be an utter devastation on Nawa. He knows exactly how much CC can come out, how much he can be stunned. This is kind of funny. Just oh, and Ruin with the taunt. Ace with the taunt.
Oh, they want him. They want him. Ruin, another extremely good player, by the way. Another person I really enjoy watching. So we're going to see another Vermilion versus Bastion lane down here, so that'll be interesting to see how that works out. That didn't really work for them, for Nawa last game, so I'm not sure why they're doing that again.
Well, if he can just stay alive, it'll be fine, but take a look at Mob. He's going straight on down. Ace giving some auto attacks there. Still gets picked up after going invis by a Whirlwind. Not going to kill him, but definitely going to put on the pain. Or will it kill him as Wubby comes in there with a cheesing ending, gets countered up with a Whirlwind. And
definitely a trade in the favor of Illuminati.
There goes Jay-Zoo being locked down by the neutral creeps as well. Great Whirlwind coming out. This might be the first blood as Ace comes in with the avalanche. No, it's just trade after trade. Look at that.
Illuminati losing a decoy there on Malady right off the bat. Probably not a great start. Ace is going to come from behind her here now, so she's going to have to sit on her turret and just heal, or she's going to regret that decision.
Most definitely. And over here at the mid, we're going to have the Malady and Hale combination versus an Ace and a Caprice. Not sure which one's actually going to be stronger, because both are very good players. Hunt, of course, very good heroes. As the anchor drop goes down, that is the power of Caprice. You may have the Whirlwinds and the Dark Storms to come up from Malady, which can really set up a kill, but the barrel roll and anchor drop, if done correctly, put out just as much damage.
So we have the same lane combinations here for Vex's last game. It's just they've switched the lanes they're actually playing in.
Painful cheesy ending followed by an avalanche and a spin sickle with the auto attacks from Wubby, and Naliz picked up a first blood very, very early against the Hale, who now goes in. Looks like he wants to get some revenge by actually ganking the mid or bottom lane. Do believe that's going to be a mid lane gank, or nope, just the jungle. Jay-Zoo going straight into the jungle after that first blood give up.
So this is the first jungle I've seen today on in this tournament. We'll see how that works.
Most definitely, and Mob having to go up against Wubby, taking a lot of damage. Ace doing a rotate down to the mid as we have both Prego and Ruin getting into a quote-unquote danger zone. He's actually grabbing an obelisk, going straight back over the top. My apologies there. Getting overzealous on my assumptions on these teams, because they do that quite a lot. Though Mob taking a cheesy ending, and there we go with the spin sickle taking him under half HP. Great Whirlwind with a Dark Storm counter on top of Wubby, taking him down to that 30% on his HP bar as well. Meanwhile, back over at the mid, everyone healing back up, and the bottom lane Cakes again. These Vermilions putting the pressure on top of Bastion, but the main difference is this time there's also a Hale there, so if he wants to get a tower dive, guess what? He'll be in a prime time position for it, as Prego taking a Whirlwind and a Dark Storm to the face. Great counter with the Anchor Smash, and there we go with the Avalanche Spin Sickle. Heck, in a lot of trouble taking the auto attacks from Ruin, gets the charging strike away, and will live to fight just a little while longer.
Malady in that top lane is actually doing quite respectable against the Vermilion.
Most definitely, but remember,
And
it is Mob. It's Mob on Malady. Definitely one of the strongest Malady players in this game.
And it looks like Bastion may first blood the Vermilion here down in the bottom lane.
Actually, first blood was already taken. Hale got absolutely decimated there by the Vermilion and Ace combination at the top lane. That's why he went to the jungle. But Nawa will still end up picking up the kill on top of Ace.
Interesting to see how that turned there, because that Vermilion was just absolutely zoning Nawa out there for the entirety of these first 4 or 5 minutes.
And that's
see how he turned that on him.
That's the full reason why they say that he's broken, though. Wubby gets the kill on top of Mob. Great use of the spin signal and avalanche by Nalise as well. Much luck is to be had when destroying Mob like that, though. ZyQ getting off some excellent harassment as well with the Whirlwind and Dark Storm.
Yeah, just a much better game here from the start for Vexx Gaming. Vexx didn't really turn around until about the 5 or 6 minute mark with that Vexx ulti last game. So, I don't know. This doesn't spell very well for Illuminati already.
That's right. But take a look at the damage that's coming out there from the Ace on top of Hale. Definitely doing great as the Inertia Blade goes off yet again. Another Spin Sickle coming out. And Ruin just allowing the procs to come out there from the Rum Barrel. Or what is it called here? Volatility? Volatility. All right. Definitely doing its work. Yeah,
as you can see, what Ace is doing right now, where he's in a duo lane, he's just momentary, like a duo versus a solo lane. Heal every now and then. He's going back. He's rotating into the jungle to get those ward spots to change them back over when he sees them flip.
It's allowing Wubby to maximize his farm experience, and of course, whenever Ace will get the neutral creeps, it keeps him in the game as well. Definitely the right thing to do whenever you're going up against a duo versus solo lane. Allow your guy to get the extra experience that he needs to really maximize the profit from this. Meanwhile, go ahead.
Oh, that first kill by Ace really put him in a firm position to be able to do that, because he's already at 422 gold per minute while being out of lane for the majority of this game so far.
That is correct. Meanwhile, Jay-Zoo in the jungle. Let's take a look at his GPM. 357, not too shabby, but definitely not top tier if he would have been in lane as well. But again, he's not feeding, so overall, he's really being a benefactor there, allowing Mob to have that solo experience. Grateful the Bedlam counter drop onto Wubby, but just not enough DPS to really make it worth their while. In the mid lane, a lot of action happening here. Not too much to report, though, as Hale going for a little bit of regen before he grabs into it. ZyQ, definitely a smart move, picking up the Reaper Scythe first. They have a very, very strong lane that can get some kills. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, Mob just taking a little bit of too much damage over there from Nalise, getting off another avalanche straight under the tower. Definitely has some balls of steel going on with this guy. In the mid lane, Inertia Blades coming out, not finding their mark. So Prego and Ruin definitely going to be setting up there with the majority of their HP and the ability to counter-initiate at a moment's notice. Mob definitely going to be in some trouble now. We have Wubby diving in, Nalise with a lot of mana as Nawa picks up another kill on top of Wubby. Mob, though, taking it to the back of the head yet again. Almost gets a kill on Nalise. Pings out that Ace is so low you can practically taste the free gold, but you will not be able to take it.
Kills are just really in the advantage right now of Vexx. Vexx takes first tower. They're going to take second tower, too. I'm going to call that now.
That's right. Excuse me. Cakes was the one that died, not Wubby. Wrong Vermilion. But look at that Anchor Smash along with the Spin Sickle. Ooh, and ZyQ counters out with the Bedlam Bolt and the Dark Storm just decimating Ace.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate here. Every time that they get close in the mid lane, the only lane they're really being able to put any pressure on at this point, they just come up short every time against Hale. Hale always escapes with a sliver of health.
Very, very true. And
you're going to see Mob die again here now.
Oh, there we go. Spin Sickle out. Gets a great counter Whirlwind. Auto attack, and no! Actually, he gets to be safe under this tower until the creeps come up, that is. Mob, of course, he goes very, very damage heavy with his Malady, though I have a feeling in this lineup it's not going to serve him because he doesn't have the extra survivability that he needs from a teammate. But here we go, back in. Anchor Drop ends up missing on ZyQ. Will end up getting the proc there from the volatility, though. Sitting inside the Dark Storm, definitely not the place you want to be, as Heck rotates back in there, has Earthquake at the ready. but sends off the inertia blade. Defense tower being destroyed up at the top lane as Mob now under attack. Excuse me, bottom lane destroyed, and there's the ace in the hole picking off Mob. Meanwhile, back at this middle lane, Prego takes a Bedlam Bolt to the face along with the auto attack. Absolute decimation yet again. Heck, not wanting to do the kill secure on Ruin.
They just aren't having any luck in any of these lanes thus far, and you know, we haven't seen much control on the map objectives just yet, because I mean they haven't spawned, but I can only imagine that's going to get worse from them from that point.
Yeah, most definitely, and we have both Wubby and Naliz having free farm taken out both of the towers at the top lane. One tower bottom destroyed in favor of Illuminati, but Vexx Gaming, here we go. 8 minutes, 34 seconds in. Baldir number 1 under attack.
Yeah, so here we go. Baldir going to go down here, just like I told you. You know, to control the map objectives is a big thing for Vexx, obviously. And Illuminati can't really do anything against that anyway, because they haven't even been competing in lane at this part of the game. So that's just going to be a gimme at that point.
Definitely, and as Nawa misses a strike, Cakes gives him a little bit of a punishment. Cakes going for lifesteal first on Vermilion. And while that might help, take a look at his lifesteal there. It doesn't do too much for his damage. He has a little bit of attack speed, but again, Dragon Fang or Demon Fang might have been just a little bit better, as we have Ruin up here still being very, very great with his support Caprice. Already has the Shiv. Prego going in for your defensive ace. Hopefully that'll end up helping him out quite a bit.
I think at this point Cakes knows that he's not actually going to beat Bastion in a straight up fight. He needs to start just sustaining and getting gold. So he just wants to stay in the lane and just build up to getting team fights.
All too true. Look at him having to dodge away from Nawa yet again, though Nawa's going to have a dive here shortly. Looking at a cheesy ending goes off. He's waiting so close. Can he grab it as we have this fight going in the top lane that we want to get to? There we go. He picks up the kill straight back up to the top. Disengage already happened. And at the mid, Ruin under a lot of damage here. We're looking for the Bedlam Bolt. Not able to find it as of yet. Out of range. And Bedlam bolts the illusion. Great counter there. And there's the ace in the hole picking up Heck.
What patience by Ruin in that scenario.
Oh, take a look. There's the Earthquake out there. Great moves by Jay-Zu. Zyku in just a whole heap of trouble as another Avalanche comes out by Prego. Auto attack, and you are out of there. Double kill for Prego. And now Nali's in a lot of trouble, having to move straight back under the tower as Mob goes off against Wubby, or maybe not.
I just want to go back to Caprice there. Caprice just had a lot of patience, just using that decoy, just playing it nice and cool, wrapping around that bush, waiting for Ace to get on top of those guys and just do the damage. Got 2 spinsicles off, and then she dropped the anchor. There's just such patience there, and it really paid off for her team.
Most definitely. And as the Bedlam Bolt was wasted, that was pretty much the kill secure against the Heck there. Now, Heck, he's still doing pretty strong. Let's compare him up to Jay-Zu, though. Jay-Zu always in the jungle, 455 GPM versus the 418 from Heck. So, again, there are some people that can pull off the jungle. You just have to be very smart about it.
I guess it's just about perseverance, just sticking at it. I guess your gold totals go up.
Speaking of which, Nawa on top of Cakes. Look at that great counter over there by Jay-Zu and a great ultimate by Cakes, locking down Nawa. Nawa, though, getting the counter on top of Jay-Zu, wants to get a kill, but he's taking way too much damage. He has his shields all the way down, but still picks up a counter kill on top of Jay-Zu. Will end up getting shut out by Cakes at the top lane. Mob still in the safe zone, but in the middle, this is where the action is going to happen in just a few more moments as we have a 4-man collapse coming straight down to Prego and Ruin.
Yeah, Vexx obviously very good at these collapses, very good team communication. They're just going to take the yellow camp for now and just wait for Ruin to just push up that lane a little bit.
Very true, and as you can see, Baldir is back to the ready. Baldir number 2, 11 minutes, 58 seconds in the game. Already taking it. Caprice knows that they're there. Ruin is ready for it, but I don't think he can stop them. We do have Jay-Zu moving up. They're trying to pick up a kill. After it's done, barrel roll comes out. Zyku in the wrong position. Jay-Zu going straight in there. Great inertia blade charging up. And there's the avalanche in. Great counter avalanche as well by Heck, but he's being trapped down into a dark storm by Malady. There goes the spin sickle. There goes a double ace in the hole. And looks like we do have Vexx Gaming not being the benefactors. They picked up a Baldir, but it cost them 3 heroes.
3 heroes for 1, and I mean, if you look at the gold equivalents, there is it's still worth it for them to get that Baldir. It still pays off in their advantage, however, you know, not a great team fight for them. They're very sloppy.
Not at all, and you're putting Prego up there 3-1, and boom, Ruined though takes the stun along with the blast to the face. Great avalanche locking back down. Great counter along with that anchor drop there, putting Nawa down to a danger zone on HP. And Jesu returns to the mid with warp boots.
Ruin and Prego at this point, I really feel like they're putting the team on their back here. They're just making a lot of really solid plays here that are they're just turning team fights at every part. I mean, that looked like imminent death there for Ruin, but they just were able to turn that with their stuns and his well-placed CC.
And here we go, mid tower under attack. And Jesu charges up, gets the inertia blade off, not proccing on anyone. Whirlwind ends up missing, and now we're looking to see who exactly is going to get initiated on as we have Vermilion out of place. There we go, Avalanche Golden Gate Drop along with the Dark Storm, looking for a Whirlwind. Oh, Bedlam Bolt snapping him out of there like last week's Dirty Laundry as Mob comes in there. Look at that triple CC Anchor Drop coming out there as well. Jesu slides in with the charging strikes. That's going to be Wubby Thing taken out of the fight. And as Heck gets some auto attacks off, now Lee takes out Jesu. There we go, Nawa picking off Prego as well. And now Ruin's having to hop back. And there's a great Whirlwind coming out there from Mob, but ooh, great counter initiation there by Vexx Gaming. Definitely supremely strong there. And as Nawa dives in under the tower, getting a little bit greedy, they still picked up a 3-for-1 trade.
Vexx really showing their really solid team fighting skills there on the 5-on-5 is something they showed last game against Vexx Gaming.
Vexx Gaming showed it against Vexx?
Oh, sorry, against Keep On It. Yeah.
Vexx sticking it to themselves time and time again. But Nawa, great comeback in. And there we go, Inertia Blade picking off Caprice.
It finally catches up to Caprice. Caprice is putting herself in bad positions, just able to make good plays to get out of it here for the last 3 or 4 times. So it's eventually going to catch up to her.
Speaking of which, look at Prego going ham in there, taking a Bedlam Bolt to the face along with the auto attacks from Wubby, and the cheesy ending nets them yet another kill.
So unfortunately for him, it was only green eggs and ham there. That really turned against him big time.
That's right, average GPN from Vexx starting to enter in over that 500 mark, and then Illuminati here in game number 1, they're sitting in the 400. So while they're not doing absolutely terrible, they're still sitting 100 GPM less, which is really going to change it up.
You see a team in the first 15 minutes of a match going in the 500 mark for GPM, it's usually spells disaster, but for some reason Illuminati is able to keep up on gold per minute. Usually probably due to good CSing at this point.
Most definitely, and they are still getting some great trade-off on kills. Prego back into the fight. Unfortunately, he doesn't see the Zyku and Nawa there. They're waiting. They're going to be able to pick off either Cakes or Ruin, whoever comes down here first. And there we go. Cakes getting taken out by Nawa. Doesn't even need the support there from Malady. And now Nali's going in on top of Ruin. He's trying to get out of there. Prego goes in. Prego now going to be in a pincher strike position. Great avalanche out there as well. Nawa, though, still wanting to grab him. Both Mob and Malady's going at it. And now Nawa dives just a little bit too far under the tower. Not taking any damage. Very, very lucky, but they will end up picking off Vermilion.
I think it's very safe to say at this point that Ruin has a golden horseshoe up his ass. He just manages to get out of every situation.
Haha! But Jesu, great counter Earthquake there, keeping them off this tier 2 tower, allowing Vermilion to get back into this fight. Wubby going again, has that Berserker's Mask at the ready, going to pick that up very, very soon. Its DPS output with that is just absolute domination there whenever he activates it. He will take 20% more damage, but again, Wubby has great positioning. Look at that! That is a team fight, folks, as the hail goes in. We had an Ace go in there as well. Great avalanche spin sickles coming out there, but the counter by Prego. But again, Wubby instantly takes out Cakes there. Doesn't even need to do much, as key positioning does all the work for you.
I've seen them all play tic-tac-toe at this point here because both teams have excellent disengage and they're all using it to their advantage. Vexx obviously wanting to delay that fight because they knew they have the timers. They're going towards Vandal every time he comes up, so they have the timers. They know when he's coming up. They know that it's a distinct advantage for them to pick that up rather than a kill.
Most definitely. Now take a look. We're going to have Mob being caught out here along with the Ace. And there we go. Great use of the Golden Gate Drop. Counter Whirlwinds coming out there. Prego being locked down. Golden Gate Drop to try and hold back the enemy team as well. Cakes going in there, but Cakes has no Dragon Shield. And look how quick you were eaten up, though. Great counter spin sickle by Prego. Bedlam Bolt coming out there as well. Mob's going to pick up the kill. And now Cakes ends up going down. Heck going straight in under the Degenerator. Mob still sitting there. Has another Whirlwind ready, but takes an avalanche to the face along with a cheesy ending. Great counter Whirlwind as well, knocking out both the Wubby and Heck. So that is going to be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Illuminati.
Just pure skill and smarts there by Mob that time. He was caught out, but he managed to just use his knowledge of his champion and just wit to get out of that sticky situation.
That's right. And by distracting them, take a look at that. They got a double mid push. Jay-Zoo and Ruin.
That was impressive. That was impressive. That's really going to help them.
That's right. And Mob, great. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You have the spring boots on Malady. Gets her in and out of position in a cinch.
That's one of those Borat moments, you know? You're never going to get this. You're never going to get this. I mean, Mob's been doing that a lot this entire game.
La la la, you cannot get this. And then he break out the cage and he get this. Great use of the anger drop by Ruin as well. Having to force the inertial charge up there by Heck. But Sindara is under attack by Vexx Gaming.
Oh, and they are all in the top half of the map. This is not going to spell well for Illuminati if they actually have the damage to pull this off here.
Oh, and they have it as Nawa enters in the battlefield.
They don't even have an idea. This is why these sentries are so important. Getting control of those sentries in the middle of the map are paramount to success in this game. Because there are no wards.
And people are asking about the difference between this and League of Legends. In League, you have wards that you slapped out of Baron. In this, you have stationary outposts here that you must cap in order to have some vision.
Yeah, they give you temporary vision.
That's right, but they don't cost any gold, which allow your supports to actually get items.
It's all about map control in this game. This is one of the most important aspects of this game. There we go. We're going to see a mid tower go down here on Vexx Gaming. We're going to see the top tower. Oh no, they're all going to go back. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a generator that's under attack well before we have the monkey spawning on in. And there we go. Generator already down. 50% HP, 40%, 30%, 20% grade. Counter by Jay-Zoo on the Earthquake. There we go. Avalanche is coming in there along with the Dark Storms. That's going to end up picking up 2 or 3 kills. And that is going to be an absolute denial coming out here by Illuminati. Nala being trapped out by the Golden Gate. Takes a Pyro Staff along with a Bedlam Bolt to the face. He is now out of there. Mob coming in. Triple kill coming out there for Ruin. Absolutely picking that up. Great use of the barrel rolls by Caprice with those damage over time. Wubby Wub Wub's running out.
Extremely confusing. Extremely confusing why they would really force the issue on that generator when they had Krytos up. Very confusing.
Well, trying to go for double. And whenever you're going for broke, you always risk the chance that they will pick it up. And I mean, come on, Vexx Gaming, they have been a dominant force in the team fights. They have a little bit more farm. They have a little bit of a level advantage, quote unquote. We're using that quotation loosely now. As you can see, the level advantage absolutely changed after the team fight. But before, they had a quote unquote advantage. They wanted to see if it would work. And, well, out of position under a generator where it's attacking you. And they were all grouped up. That allowed for a perfect whirlwind, perfect avalanche that came out. I mean, Jay-Zoo, he was the team guy that set it up. Definitely locking down all 4 heroes there, allowing pretty much every other skill in the book to be dropped down. Earthquake went in, avalanche
and Mob's value really standing out here if you look at the scoreboard with 8 kill assists, you know.
Oh, most definitely. Great Golden Gate drop on top of Ruin as well, but again, Spring Boots OP.
A Golden Horseshoe procced again.
Golden Horseshoe. And there we go. Look at Prego going up against Heck. We have the positions, but Zyku, great counter whirlwind as well.
Alright, yeah, so Vexx is collapsing, not really paying off for them here because Illuminati's just sticking together. They know that if they hug their towers and if they watch those objectives that they're going to be able to win those team fights. They've got a little bit of boost in their step here now, a little bit of you know, a bounce there now. So we'll see how they deal with that.
Very, very true. And as you can see, they're rotating pretty close together. Ruin, of course, just hanging on by a thread whenever he walks out there by himself. Now, what I'm going to be afraid of is that we have both Heck and Ace up in the top lane. It looks like we will have Jay-Zoo porting back. He's ready to go.
That will spell disaster for them if they can't collapse back and defend their base.
That's right. Wubby trying to get down the shield off of the generator as the creep wave moves in. But we do have a full 5-man Strife fight ready to go down. But out of position.
This is one big thing. This is one of the big things that you see as a problem in a lot of MOBAs. Teams get too cocky. They split up. When you're beaten into your base like that, you can't go up halfway up the map anymore.
Speaking of which, Mob spots an out of position Ace and Bastion. They're going to go in on a full collapse on this. They have the vision. They know that not everyone's there. And take a look. Hale, he's going to have to do a full walking rotation to get down into this team fight. So Heck actually going to be spotted out there. Maybe spotted out. No, he actually goes. Great positioning by him as well. Now he is spotted over here by Cakes. They know that this is how the collapse would work. So now we have a little bit more of Illuminati being cautious, hopefully, because a hail coming in from behind there with an avalanche will just disrupt their entire flow.
Alright, so looks like we're going to be up for a team fight here with the Bastion initiate, maybe.
We're waiting on it. Mob sees it. He knows what to do. He's getting ready for the spring boots and the whirlwind there. If he landed a whirlwind right across the top right there, it would be just too perfect. But he's not going to risk it, and I don't blame him.
You're going to see Caprice try and bait this here.
Yep, here we go as the creeps push into the tower, looking for the first dive. Nawa moving in under the tower range, wants to grab Ruin, can't seem to get him as we have a defensive Dark Storm being dropped out there by Mob. And now Zyku's moving
wants
in.
This fight. They want this fight.
3, 2, 1. Nope, still.
See, Vexx wants to buy time because they have a big creep wave on that top lane.
Oh, that is all too true, and it's going to force them to either fight it or split it. So you either need to go big or go home right now, Illuminati, as the creep wave continues to push up. So no, Jezu, he spots him out. They were looking to get the vision behind the wall to see exactly where everyone is. Very, very bold moves up there by Hale, going straight close to Nawa. And there is the initiation on top of Wabi. Bedlam bolt to the face along with the anchor drop. And there we go, lock back down, and then there's a counter Bedlam bolt on top of the ace.
To see another day there.
Very, very true, but Ruin is in a lot of trouble right now. Jesu coming up for the defense. Great anchor drop on top of Zyku. That's going to end up getting Jesu a kill. And now Heck trying to charge strike out of there. But again, the damage is already done. A 2-for-2 trade-off there. Ruin in a lot of trouble as we have Nawa and Nali's moving straight up there along with Heck. Jesu may have a lot of HP, but I don't think he can take on these 3 super strong heroes as we have great defensive anchor drop yet again. Heck going down with that
Caprice with the bait again.
That's right, but Nawa has taken away Jesu, and the spin sickle takes away the Caprice. Ultimately,
not in the favor of Illuminati, but you want to know something? They're able to clear their lanes now. They've got Vexx out of their jungle, and Vexx now has to go back and defend the mid lane. So it wasn't, it wasn't as grim as it looked.
It wasn't as brutal as it looked, but Cakes without the dragon shield, like he's starting to build a dragon shield now. I'm hoping. But that's what's separating him from the rest. He doesn't have a dragon shield, and he's being melted every single time because of it.
You're gonna pick up another
supremely quick Baldir.
Yeah, another Baldir. Unreal. That's 4 now.
Right, 4 in a row, uncontested each and every time. Now we have Prego moving straight up here into the middle along with Mob. Mob, of course, finally able to start getting his synergy down. Take a look at that damage that's coming out there. 275 from his Whirlwind, and his Pyro Staff, 356 damage. Not too shabby at all, as we have a Syndara under attack yet again. Can Illuminati spot it this time? I mean, they have to know.
Illuminati will probably click into him here now. Looks like they're collapsing on Syndara, but it's going to be way too late.
You have proven yourselves.
Too late to apologize, and this is going to be a dual lane push. I can already feel it in my bones.
You just did one Republic just then.
I went there.
I think we just lost 10 viewers.
Oh. So sad, so sad.
That is sad.
But all shenanigans aside, these teams are doing quite well. 26 minutes in the game. Vexx having a clear advantage here with the kills. Let's take a look at the GPMs. 433 with Zyku. 540 on Bastion. Again, just hitting over those 500 marks. 47 with Nalise. 539 on Wubby. And 445 on Heck. A great counter up there by Ruin. Again, not paying with his life because of those jump boots. The horseshoe procs one more time on a 10-second cooldown. That's what it is. Yeah. And not jump boots, excuse me. He's ulting. He has TP boots.
Very much in the favor of Vexx at this point in time.
Oh, take a look. Look at that. He is just TPing back behind enemy lines at this point. So much win as Mob takes a whirlwind spin cycle to the face. Mob going down. Now Lee's picking up that kill. Great double counters on the avalanches there. And that is going to be Vexx Gaming picking that up. And this is going to be a triple generator. I'm calling it right now. And it's Krytos pushes up the middle lane. And Nalise is going to take out Ruin in just a few seconds. Oh, great counter. Drop yet again with the barrel roll and the anchor drop. But again, there is generator number 1 and 2.
Ace will catch her.
Yep, and oh no, counter drop, but again, that Inferno brand is what's going to make the difference there. He gets in range and gets that burn damage over time.
This is actually going to be a win.
Double generator along with the Crux going down. Game 1, Vexx Gaming.